Hello and welcome to this special show as we are coming out of the corona pandemic. Of course, we can't let our guard down and reinforcing its commitment towards ensuring greater financial protection for the country. Max Life Insurance unveiled the findings of the third edition of its flagship survey, Max Life Insurance India Protection Quotient 3.0, in partnership with Kantar. Conducted in the most uncertain and challenging times, IPQ 3.0 assesses the notable shifts in the attitude of urban India, based also on the mental preparedness around future uncertainties, awareness and ownership of life insurance product categories. Joining me are our special guests. I'm joined by Mr. Prashant Tripathi, MD and CEO of Max Life Insurance, Soumya Mohanty, Managing Director and CCO, Kantar South Asia. Also, our guests giving us insights are Lara Datta Bhupati, actor and former Miss Universe, and Mahesh Bhupati, former Indian tennis ace. I'm also joined by Naina Lal Kidwai, past President FICCI and Chairperson, Advent Private Equity. Mr. Tripathi, congratulations on launching yet another edition of Max Life Insurance India Protection Quotient 3.0. Last year around the same time, we were discussing this IPQ 2.0, but so many things have changed since then. And we had seen then that the IPQ had risen marginally, but this year it's actually gone up by 4 points, which is huge. COVID-19 continues to make the urban Indian feel insecure. How do you read this increase of IPQ amidst these rising insecurities?
Thank you, Sonia. Your observation is absolutely correct. As you know, we have been on this journey for a few years, and this is IPQ version 3.0. We have attempted to create a marker to give visibility to India as to how Indians are feeling with respect to their financial security, their own security, and year on year the attempt is to track this progress. As you know, we have partnered with globally reputed Kantar actually do that, who have the resources as well as wherewithal and knowledge to do this. You're right, this year we have seen a 4-point improvement in the India Protection Quotient, which in a way is pretty substantial considering what was going on around all of us. As you know, it's a composite score of 3 things: ownership, knowledge, as well as attitudinal view on how protected you feel, which is called security index. So we saw the knowledge actually to jump up by 9 points, which is humongous. We also saw ownership go up by 5 points, but what we found is maybe because of pandemic, the overall security index came down by 3 points. So my sense is that the stage is set quite well for the IPQ to improve. As things start to settle down, people feel more and more secured. I think there may be even faster improvement in India Protection Quotient. My feelings, like every year I share with you, a bit mixed. Firstly, it's a long journey. We are still talking about 39 and we are still talking about urban Indians, so there is a long way to go. But in a year where everybody was under stress, incomes were under pressure, we didn't know about what will happen to us 1 month down the line, the fact that people have chosen to increase their awareness but also have moved towards making more and more investment toward protecting themselves just proves that there's a very solid positive movement towards people trying to protect themselves. Good news for life insurance in general, but definitely good news for IPQ.
Right, and Ms. Mohanty, in comparison to other years, this year's survey was both challenging and different. Would you like to throw some light on how Max Life and Kantar steered the study at such a large scale during these times?
You're absolutely right, Sonia. The times are tough, and it's also great that brands like Max Life Insurance are responding very well to these times. They've continued with their commitment to helping Indian consumers understand the importance of life insurance. Coming back to this survey has been done in challenging times. We have met over 4,300 odd respondents, and we have met them face to face across 25 cities, which includes tier 2 cities. We went to some 10 tier 2 cities. So in that sense, it makes it a very comprehensive, one of the largest, most comprehensive surveys on financial products and financial services that has been done in a time like this. We also overlaid about 1278 digitally savvy urban Indian sample who we conducted the survey online to understand where their headspace is and how is it different from those who we met offline. So if you put it together, IPQ3 is an incredibly robust, incredibly large piece of research, and it's great that we have been able to continue IPQ as a flagship product, as Prashant said, and also as a barometer of what Indian consumers feel in times of about their financial uncertainty and about financial products.
No, absolutely. It gives a great perspective into aspects that you raised. In fact, Mr. Tripathi, when you're talking about the insecurity that everyone feels at these times, whether it was in Europe, whether it was in India, what has the IPQ 3.0 survey revealed on how people are reacting to this vis-a-vis balancing personal expenses?
So as you would expect, Sonia, when these pandemics come, or whenever they were to come, people start to care more about here and now. People start to reprioritize. People start to think about, if that were to happen to me, how will I manage? Because of which, what we've noticed is that the expenses, either the basic expenses or luxury expenses, both of them have gone down, and people are carving out more monies towards investments and savings. We have seen a 9-point reduction in the basic and luxury expense reduction, and that 9-point has gone towards savings and investments. Now, one would wonder why the basic how can the basic expenses go down? It can go down because if people are working from home, you're reprioritizing your day-to-day expenses, you can actually reduce your basic expenses. So even people have cut down on basic expenses too. So that 9-point has gone towards more and more savings and investment. Within that, talking about the anxieties, what we have noticed is that the priority order has altered. Earlier, when we go and ask the questions, people will be worried about retirement needs, worried about kids' education, worried about kids' future, kids' marriage, etc. Were top of the mind things that people were a bit anxious about, for that they will save. Now, when we went this time, I think there is a much higher weightage given to here and now, which means if the breadwinner is not there tomorrow, what will happen? Or if I were to fall sick and go to the hospital, how will I manage? Though retirement just continues quite robustly, but here and now is now more being in the consideration than long term, which is another shift that we have seen. Overall, people have become more anxious, as you would guess. I mentioned to you that the security index has gone down by 3 points, and one would expect that to happen. But hopefully, by the time the dark clouds of COVID go away, you will see a rebound in terms of how people are feeling, and of course that will have a consequent impact on a much sharper increase of IPQ scores.
And of course, we also have Lara and Mahesh with us. Thanks for joining us. It's interesting that, Mr. Tripathi, you talked about proactive financial planning. As a young family, Lara and Mahesh, how has the last 1 year been for both of you, especially in terms of your outlook towards life now, your family, planning for them, protection for them in comparison to the years before?
Yeah, absolutely, Sonia. I think for us as well, it was pretty much the same as it's been for households across the country. Just really important things, daily essentials, that became the priority. So the spend as well was really geared towards that. It was taking care of things like, food, medical expenses, daily essentials. And we really curtailed and cut down on our, unnecessary expenses. So the things that we would say is luxury expenses. And it became really important for us to kind of really, just assimilate and decide what was the best kind of financial protection for us. So since, spend was really prioritized, everything else that would normally have been spent was really focused on figuring out how to invest that in the best way possible.
Yeah, so like, Lara said, obviously it was uncertain times, no one still knows when this is going to come to an end. So we had to, assess our financial portfolio. We checked how well we were protected, and obviously we had to take some calls on, securing not only our future, but, we have a daughter, and, her future and her dreams are also associated with the decisions we take. So, we had to kind of take some hard calls.
Mr. Tripathi, you mentioned that the pandemic has helped people become more vigilant towards financial protection. What does the IPQ 3.0 survey reveal about this? Or I mean, you know, all of us Indians somehow often have a very chalta hai attitude. Do you think that mindset is going to change given that we've seen a pandemic which hasn't happened in a century?
Absolutely, Sonia. We have seen a significant shift from that chalta hai attitude, and I'll give you a few data points. Data point number one is when people bought protection earlier, for example, if anybody was buying protection, the key consideration will be premium, which means how much premium do I need to give for that level of protection. Now, this time when we went and asked, of course they talked about premium, but the scores on premium have actually gone down, and what has seen a sharp increase is sum assured. Now, sum assured means the level of protection that a family needs, and that is a step or a movement in the right direction, because when one talks about protection more than premium, our view is that people must care about how much of protection they are buying. So that's one key change that I witnessed. The other thing that I saw was when people until last year, for example last year, so IPQ2, when there were questions asked about buying a critical illness rider along with a term plan, only 1 in 10 people bought it. Now this time that number became 1 in 4. So there was very significant improvement in how many people are thinking about critical illnesses and about their own protection. That's the second one. We, like I mentioned to you, we did find that you know, people are anxious, but now we see that about 69% people said that they will actively focus on financial planning. Now, financial planning is, while it's a very easy word, but very few people actually do that. But now people are quite keen to focus on financial planning. We also found that people are very sensitive to working on their own immunity, working on you know, understanding the wellness and how their wellness will play a big role. So all those things are quite linked to the IPQ survey, and I must say there is a definite transition from chalta hai to doing the right things.
No, and I think really, as you talked about it, looking after your health, focusing on protection are really such key issues. And Ms. Mohanty, as Mr. Tripathi is saying, people looking at life cover, looking at critical illness protection much more seriously. What in this insight helped you understand this change better, and how much of a change did you see in people's attitudes towards this versus the year before?
Exactly, as Prashant himself has mentioned, there is definite, the importance of sum assured or cover has definitely gone up. So it's become an important criteria when they are looking at life insurance, and the feeling of sufficiency of cover has actually gone down. So it's a flip side. So there's about a 6% increase in the feeling that the cover I have is actually insufficient for my needs, and that's a good thing, because that's pretty much the main thing that they should be looking for when you buy life insurance. And there are two broad reasons for it. One is knowledge itself has gone up. They have been more exposed to insurance as a concept. They have been searching around, looking around. So knowledge itself has gone up. The second thing, and this is not a great thing, but it's a fact, is death has become like a top of mind concern. So, and death has two aspects. One is what will happen if I am no longer there, if the breadwinner is no longer there. That has actually gone up from 37% to 42% as a concern. And the second is death as a reality, that I have to recognize that death is a reality and I must be prepared for it, has gone up from 24 to 33%. So not the best of things to have happened, but has happened. It's a fact, and that has led to the increasing importance of sum assured or cover. And in a sense, that's a good thing, because that's the main thing you should look for when you buy life insurance.
ऑफिस के कपड़े,
इम्पोर्टेंट प्रेजेंटेशन,
इम्पोर्टेंट स्कूल प्रेजेंटेशन है।
इन्हें भरोसा है आप पे, और आपका भरोसा मैक्स लाइफ इंश्योरेंस की 99.22% क्लेम्स पेड रेशियो पे। इंडिया के भरोसे का नंबर, मैक्स लाइफ इंश्योरेंस।
2 BHK लेना है, कोई अच्छा एजेंट है?
घर खरीदने के लिए आप मेहनत तो करोगे ही, तो करो और फिर सर्च खत्म करो housing.com पे शॉर्टलिस्ट करके।
housing.com, यहाँ सर्च खत्म करो, डाउनलोड नाउ।
Watch Turning Point Wednesday to Saturday at 10:30 p.m. and Sunday at 11 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
Co-powered by 99.22% claims paid ratio. ये है इंडिया के भरोसे का नंबर, मैक्स लाइफ इंश्योरेंस।
जॉब, फिर शादी, फिर तुम सब, बस अब शांति के साथ रहना चाहता हूँ। शांति। इस प्लॉट में ट्विस्ट है, इस प्लॉट में नहीं। 99acres.com दे सबसे ज्यादा वेरीफाइड प्रॉपर्टीज।
ऑफिस के कपड़े।
इम्पोर्टेंट प्रेजेंटेशन है।
इम्पोर्टेंट स्कूल प्रेजेंटेशन है।
इन्हें भरोसा है आप पे और आपका भरोसा मैक्स लाइफ इंश्योरेंस की 99.22% क्लेम्स पेड रेशियो पे। इंडिया के भरोसे का नंबर, मैक्स लाइफ इंश्योरेंस।
I'd just like to bring back Lara and Mahesh to ask you that what has been your experience of how life insurance works, and how would you as a consumer look at finding out what cover is adequate for your financial protection?
So Sonia, as soon as our daughter was born, obviously little nervousness from our perspective, first time parents, we did a lot of homework, and obviously we wanted to find ways to secure her future as best we could possibly think of. So, we made some decisions on, taking cover for her, education-wise, life-wise, life for me. Then Lara also got intrigued about it and then did it for herself. So I think, taking decisions like this is very important. I think professions that we're both in are not super stable. I used to be a professional tennis player with a steady income, but then when I retired, that paycheck kind of went away. And, so yeah, we had to it was even super important for us to take these decisions to secure, I think, not only our future, but our daughter's future, which was key.
Yeah, I agree with Mahesh. I think irrespective of your profession, it's really, really important to find that right kind of financial protection, not just for yourself, but also to secure your loved one's future. And for us as well, with the kind of income that we do have, with the financial means that we do have, at our end, I think assessing what is that right kind of protection, using sometimes some online calculators to arrive at that decision. In fact, I'm really happy that you're here, Prashant, as well, because I think possibly you might be able to give us some kind of mantra to decode, what is the correct sort of protection cover for us.
Lara, that's a very relevant question. Many people ask that question, and I will give you a thumb rule. The thumb rule is you should be looking at about 10 times as sum assured or coverage of your yearly annual income. So if the yearly annual income is say 5 lakhs, the coverage should ideally be 50 lakhs. So that's the thumb rule that one should use while determining the level of coverage that one needs.
So Lara and Mahesh, how do you decide what kind of protection or what financial planning, new ways to save, invest? Do you both speak to your peers? Do you look online? Who takes the final call then?
Well, these are, for us very important decisions when it comes to a family, and in lots of ways life-changing decisions. So, I'm known to be a double specialist, so I've always taken my partner into confidence and we make these decisions jointly. I think it's imperative when we make financial decisions with regards to not only our lives but those that involve our daughter. So, we make sure we kind of consult, we take in as much info as we possibly can and make the right decisions to plan our financial portfolio and our insurance.
Yes, I agree with Mahesh, and I think gone are the days where women were not financially contributing partners within marriages. I think today, in today's day and age, it's absolutely imperative to be, sort of a two-income household. So you do have a lot of marriages where both partners are equally contributing financially, to their lives, and making these decisions together. So, not just about, even including the way the money should be spent, should be invested, should be saved. I think these are joint decisions that households across the country are making, together.
We also have Ms. Nainal Kidwai joining us briefly. Ms. Kidwai, what are your views on the life insurance sector in recent times, and how do you see a platform like the India Protection Quotient working towards the benefit of the sector?
Clearly, the life insurance sector in India is growing, but if you look at the penetration, it's still well below global averages. If the global figures are up at the 6.3 sort of levels, in India we're at 2.1. So we have a long way to go. Through COVID, I do believe that there has been growing awareness of the need to have life insurance. Having said that, a number of companies in the sector didn't grow. A few did, which is good news. And I believe as we go forward, having something like this study and survey done, what it does is it helps insurance companies understand the state of mind of individuals, individual investors, individuals who are prospective insurance customers. Are they ready? If not, how simple should the product be? What are the areas and concerns that the individuals have? All of this helps shape the industry, and it's therefore very critical that surveys such as this give a clear sense to the insurance company and actually to the regulator as well as to what kind of product packages become important to ensure that the penetration rates improve.
Ms. Mohanty, as you mentioned before, in this edition, we've also covered the digitally savvy urban Indian. There's so often now so many decisions we saw being taken online last year. What were the key insights in that segment? How did they differ from the larger survey? Did you see them actually sinking in a way?
Yeah. It's interesting because we had actually covered digitally savvy urban Indians bang in the middle of the pandemic 6 months back. So in that sense, we have got a reading which covers the 6th month of the pandemic. And that's really interesting because in insight terms, what it is telling us that in the span of 6 months, there is actually an increase in ownership of life insurance by 2%. And there is an increase by 3% in ownership of term insurance. Even if I park that aside in terms of attitudes, there is a sense of normalcy that seems to have returned in this set at least over 6 months. They are saying they are more willing to go out. They are saying they are more willing to order in, eat out. So things that had gone down are coming back to normal. But one of the things that has actually increased is the importance of health and wellness, importance of keeping themselves fit and keeping themselves protected. That's probably a trend that is sort of here to stay, even if other things go back to normal.
Mrs. Tripathi, where do you see the India protection quotient moving over the next few years? Do you think Indians would be feeling more protected? How is this going to change in the years ahead?
What happened in last 1 year actually gives me a lot of confidence that it is headed northwards. It is going to go up. However, as you can understand, we are talking about awareness, we are talking about security of a very large nation. You can't expect this number to jump up very, very quickly. So it will be going up and it will go up at a pace which perhaps will be a bit faster than how it's been before last year. It is definitely a marker that we must care about, and we should continue to monitor it year on year to make sure that we are giving visibility and showing the mirror to consumers at large. Hashtag Protect India is the mission of IPQ as a platform, and we are quite committed to ensuring that we continue to march forward by giving visibility on the protection scores year on year, so that as a country we feel more and more protected.
Oh, well, that's wonderful to hear, and I'm sure this show would be so informative to viewers who perhaps have questions on this as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Tripathi, Ms. Mohanty, Lara and Mahesh, and Naina Lal Kidwai for your insights as well. Thank you very much for watching.